Mrejo is an interesting guy who really loves to work with people, different kinds of people from everywhere. I'm a very interesting, if I could put it that way. I just love. I've got a lot of love. I'm a, how do you put it, an individual. Somebody who's always out there to find what's out there, if I should just put it that way. I was introduced to God, and then I started to draw my music from the side of knowing God. But I'm a person who loves to really go an extra mile in doing things, or talking to people, or just appreciate a lot of things in life. Well, I would say it's hip hop, but when you mix good sound with good message, good deliverance, and goodness of the heart, I think it's just music. But when we categorize it, we call it hip hop because it's spoken words. You know, I'll call it hip hop. Yeah, it's a sound that any person can listen to, and it grows inside. You know, an old elderly person, a young person, a grandmother, mother. You know, they can listen to that sound because I've got different types of music in there, different types of melodies, you know, that people can relate to. Even if you don't hear what I'm saying, but you can relate to da 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 da. You know, a melody also delivers a certain message into somebody. The belly of the beast, I came out. In this album, 1,000 Reflections, I worked with the local guys from the community, and I worked with one of the known guys by the name of Mr. Momuli. He's a rap artist, he's one of a guy from Mafikeng, they call it Marktown. I worked with LCK, he's a rapper, also doing Vanek in Mafikeng. I worked with the nice guy who's doing nice vocalist. Let me say he's a nice vocalist, his name is OBK. And I worked with, who else? I worked with Green Fingers, his name is Green Fingers, to Mr. Mokate. He's playing, he's more like a bass player, but he can produce certain songs as well. So there's one song that he did there. I worked with Tepo Vena. I performed with Kiaruma, because she's a lady from Botswana, and I performed in the only international gig I did was Botswana, but I worked with two international guys, which is Olofomi and Kiaruma. In one of the lines of the new songs that I'm writing, I said, I'm not an African, I belong to the world. So I believe as an artist, you're a mirror. Everywhere you go, you have to reflect being an artist. People should see that this is an artist before you even say anything. I remember when I was backstage, the lady who was introducing us, the band Mali and everybody, she said, Bongi, come on and the band, you know, and Mama's Bo held the mic and went, Mrejo on stage, please. And I went, and everybody was looking, who's this Mrejo guy? And I just walked in. It was amazing. It's a guy who died in 1996. Tupac Shakur was a guy who told a story that I never imagined that anybody can tell a story like that. He had a song called Life Goes On. And Life Goes On, when I listen to Life Goes On, he put a storyline in your mind, and then you can see it, but it's on radio, imagine. So I fell in love with that. From that day, I was like, you know what, I'm starting to love this spoken word thing. I used to talk to myself like I'm crazy. Then I realized, no, I'm not really crazy. I just need something to light it up, this spark, you know, and he just, you know, hit it for me. And I started there. I remember there was a time where everybody was introduced into the stage, and I'm just sitting there just waiting. This lady didn't even introduce me, introduced the known guys. And Mama's Bongi just went Mrejo on stage, and I just got goosebumps. I just got excited about it, like, oh, she called me, okay, I'm getting on stage. And everybody was just looking around, asking, who's this guy? That's the highlight of my career. But in terms of highlights, my highlight is every day. You know, the sky, the birds, the stars, the people, you know, every day is a highlight for me. Oh yeah, definitely. I have a song called Latumlen. It's in a Zulu, they say Latumlen is a dance, in Tswana, Bina, or something like that. You know, it's a mesik in Afrikaans in a way. But it's just a song that it says, let's just forget all about our problems. Let's just have fun, but in a good way.
Tell you how, one man vow, might check Blondie out. They call it the warrior, big second of the warriors. End of the beginning was never end of my story.
Actually, it was not the first single. You Better Be Ready is not the first single. We had the single before, but we didn't really get it out there in terms of the video and stuff. Now we're pushing that You Better Be Ready, which is, I believe, is a smasher, man. It will travel a mile. I'm listen to the album. I mean, I get different opinion from people as well. I need to listen to the people on the ground. In terms of who produced the album, I worked with 4 guys. The one is late, unfortunately. May his soul rest in peace. I worked with Zafenders. They call him Zafenders, Tepovena. He's a good vocalist as well in the album. He did certain vocals in the song, in some of the songs. I worked with Jason Brown. He's more like a quiet guy, but when you give him some idea, he will surprise you. You know, he's a very good, producer in a way. And I worked with a guy called Green Fingers, Tumisam Mokate, one of the most talented boys in the village. Still have a lot to do with him one day. And I worked with the late Tiri Somajwana. We used to call him Weezy. It was just a character on his own. You know, he was just flying out there. He was a cool guy. He never had a fight with anybody. Like, he was always agreeing with everything. It put people I worked with in that. I could say it myself, it's a banger. It's one of those songs that when you're sitting alone, I remember I was having a conversation with a friend and it was playing in the background. And the guy was like, dude, stop talking, man. I'm listening to your song. This is nice, And every person that listens to You Better Be Ready, they always say, oh, this is a nice tune, man. Can you play it again? Now, the nice trick about it is to keep it short. It's only 3 minutes. So you put it on repeat and you'll hear exactly what I'm trying to tell you in the song. It's a very nice song. If you listen to it, you listen to it again, definitely. It's a repeater.
We got Kati Baka Papiri Lepera Hore Kepa Bonema Pane Panti Koloka Basa Itu Hore BTA Gai Potoka Haba Bona Bai Tara Di Toko With my old school flow Give up Rumule Meyaho Mota Vike Peka Mo Fokule Flow I'm gonna be ready to rock, let's go Give up Ulelele Terena Yamo Sako Gai Palamela Chuku Chuku Hungula Hungura